The purpose of tonight's call is strictly for product. I'm going to share with you the reasons why we need Isagenix, why our country is in such a health crisis, and I'm going to go over some of our most popular products. That'll take me about 15 minutes, and then the last 10 to 15 minutes of our call is going to be hearing from one of my friends who has been using the Isagenix products for about 4 months now. His name is Erik, and you're going to want to stick around for his story because it's a really moving and powerful story and tells really what these products can do for the body. I'm not going to be going over any of the opportunity aspects of Isagenix tonight. We do a separate call every Tuesday night for the opportunity. So if you are interested in learning about the amazing financial benefits and opportunities that come along with Isagenix, please reach out to the person who sent you to this call, and they'll be happy to hook you up with the number for tomorrow night's call. So let's get started. So what is Isagenix? Isagenix is a solutions-based company who creates products and a compensation plan based around 5 main pillars. Our 5 main pillars are weight loss, energy, performance, healthy aging, and wealth creation. And I am sure that each one of you on this line right now can probably say that you fall into one of those categories that you are hoping to be fulfilled in your life, whether it's weight loss, whether you need more energy, whether you're looking to perform better in the gym, or maybe you're looking for healthy aging solutions. A little bit about my personal transformation. I started Isagenix to lose 10 pounds because, in my opinion, I feel like everybody always says, if I just lost 10 pounds, my life would be so much better. I feel like I would have a kickstart. I'd never done a diet before. I have 2 kids. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. And, ever since having kids and sort of going through, getting older, my body started to change. And I just was really stuck on how to fix it, so to speak. And my biggest struggle, and my husband as well, was, we had the best intentions. We're very active people. We love to, be outside. We love to play sports. We love to be active and go to the gym, but we weren't seeing any results. And we would try to eat better. We would try to do the things that we knew were right, but we couldn't stay consistent. And we noticed that even when we were consistent, nothing was working. So I was introduced to Isagenix, and after about 90 days on the program, I released 25 pounds of visceral fat. I went from a size 8 to a size 4. I had mental clarity. I was sleeping better. I had more energy to play with my kids. And I was performing better on the soccer field and performing better in the gym. I felt that I had more endurance and energy just to be able to go to the gym more often. And I've been able to maintain that. Sorry, I was looking at a text. I've been able to maintain that for 18 months now. And my kids and husband and family all love the programs, or love the food too. All right, so why do we need Isagenix? Well, to start with, our country is in a major health crisis. I'm sure each one of you on this phone knows somebody who is able to, or who is experiencing a health issue, whether it's cancer, an inflammatory disease. The increase of breast cancer has increased 30% in the last 25 years. Diabetes, thyroid, autoimmune diseases. So many people are being impacted by these terrible issues in their life. And not to mention obesity. We know that 2/3 of Americans are overweight, and 1 out of 3 children are overweight. And this is a really scary epidemic in our society. So what's causing this? The main thing that is causing this, and I know that Erik is going to talk a little bit more about this when we get to him, is that we are deficient in nutrients, and we are a highly toxic population. Americans eat a diet that consists mostly of acidic foods. If you eat anything fast foods, anything that's highly processed, these foods are more on an acidic scale than an alkaline scale. So the bottom line is that food that we eat, even if we are eating a very healthy, quote unquote clean green diet, our foods are still nutritionally deplete. Our we have to supplement. Dr. Michael Colgan says we don't get the nutrients we need from our food anymore, and therefore supplementation is critical. Our bodies are deficient in vitamins and minerals. If you look at the studies of our soils, they have been completely, over processed, overused, and they aren't able. The minerals in our soil are not what they used to be 50 years ago. In addition to this, our farming has become highly toxic in that farming practices are using herbicides and pesticides. Our foods are being genetically modified. We have toxins in the air we breathe. We have toxins in the products that we put on our skin, our face, the products that we clean. It's in our water. Sitting on our couch is even toxic. It's things that some things we can try to control, and then some things we know we absolutely cannot avoid. We all live in a toxic environment, even if we're trying our hardest not to. And the results of this toxicity to our body is these multiple diseases and illnesses that we are seeing happen all the time. Lack of sleep apnea, strokes, liver disease, infertility, some cancers, diabetes. I mean, the list goes on and on. Back pain, things that you might not even associate, things that you might be experiencing that you don't even realize are associated with lack of nutrition and the toxicity in your body. So the bottom line is our immune system, which has to process all of these foreign toxins and pollutants, can't keep up. Our liver and our kidney, which are our natural detoxers, right? They're the organs in our body that naturally detox our bodies, are constantly inundated and berated with the toxins that we face every single day. So they can never really get caught up. So what our body does is it starts to accumulate visceral fat to protect itself from the toxins in our environment. It's a very natural thing to happen because we aren't doing anything to combat the toxins that we are exposed to every single day. And in addition to that, not only are we exposed to these toxins, but we're eating food that's essentially deficient and bankrupt of all nutrition. And that's not helping us at all. So what do we do about this? How do we solve this? Well, we know we can't solve all of our toxins in our environment. We know we can't fix, everything that's going on that our society has created for us, nor do we really want to. So this is where Isagenix comes in. In order to combat this and give our body the best food possible, we do what we call is nutritional cleansing. Isagenix our shakes are considered to be an alkaline food. This means that when you are eating an alkaline diet, you are going to feel different in your body. Now, our body is naturally alkaline. It works itself out to be in a neutral state most of the time. However, when we're eating foods that are not alkaline and foods that are not good for us, our body is constantly in a struggle to stay in that state. And this is why we start to lose energy. We start to gain weight. We don't sleep as well. We have digestive issues. We even start to see our skin change. We age, we age faster. We have inflammation in our joints and our back, and, we have pain. And so by eating our shakes, our Isagenix shakes, you're eating an alkaline food, a perfect alkaline food every single day. And the results that you're going to see from that are things that I just mentioned. You're going to have more energy. You're going to start to lose visceral fat. You're going to sleep better. You're going to feel better in your gut. You're going to start to notice all of these different things that maybe you didn't even realize were bothering you until you started putting this food in your body. Many of you on the call have probably been on a diet before. And, if you Google the word diet, you're going to get a million different hits, right? And people have tried everything. They've tried cutting foods out. They've tried deprivation. They have tried eating only certain food groups. They've tried eating, just raw food. I mean, you name it, and people have tried it. And while that sometimes can yield some results, you might lose weight, you're never really taking care of the impurities or the toxins within your body. And so what happens is as soon as you stop doing that fad diet, or maybe you don't even stop, it just stops working for your weight loss, you're going to rebound. And what happens is your body starts to sense an increased level of those toxins and those impurities. And the body goes into this emergency state and it starts to rebound, and you're actually going to end up gaining back more weight than you were before you started the fad diet, because you haven't taken care of all of the toxicity. So, with nutritional cleansing, we're taking care of those toxins by keeping our body at an alkaline state and doing cellular cleansing, which I'll talk about in just a minute. All right. So basically, I'm going to go over our three most popular products. Now, like I said earlier, Isagenix has an entire array of products. We have, four main pillars as far as health goes, and we have a wide variety of products that fall into those categories. But the three that I'm going to talk about tonight are our three most popular, and the ones that really are going to set you up for success. So the first product I'm going to talk about is our shakes. And these are, I know that, people who love Isagenix like I do know that these shakes are our lifeline. They are a full meal replacement. Okay. And this is really important. They're 225 calories, 24 grams of protein. It's the perfect balance of fats, carbs, sugars, amino acids, protein, obviously, live enzymes, vitamins, minerals, things that you aren't able to get by going to the grocery store and cooking a meal. I can guarantee you this. These shakes are clinically proven to burn fat and support lean muscle. You are not going to lose muscle on this program. All right. That's not what this is about. It's more about building that lean muscle and helping you look more lean and fit. It's going to help you reduce cravings. And this one was huge for me. That was one of the main reasons I started. My sugar cravings were out of control. And they do actually keep you full for a really long time. They will increase your energy, your recovery in the gym. They're going to help you maintain healthy cholesterol. We have multiple studies that prove that the Isagenix systems are more effective at weight loss and maintaining weight loss and even performance in the gym than a heart healthy diet. You guys should definitely check that out. Published studies that show that. Another really important thing to note about our shakes is that they are exclusively sourced from undenatured New Zealand whey protein. They are 99% lactose free for easier digestion. They have live enzymes in them, which maximize key nutrient absorption. You literally cannot find a live food on the shelves today. And this is a really important aspect of our shakes. And there are absolutely no chemicals or artificial ingredients in any of our products. I have people ask me all the time, well, is your food organic? And we say no, because our food is actually a higher quality than organic. We actually test for chemicals in our products, whereas organic food, American standardized organic food, has a legal level of toxins in it. So we are a higher quality than organic. Super important to note. Okay, the next product I'm going to talk about is our Cleanse for Life. On our cleanse days, we fast, and the whole purpose behind our cleanse days is to support the body's natural detox process. As I mentioned earlier, we know the body naturally cleanses itself. That is the purpose of our liver and kidney. But because those systems are constantly inundated and constantly playing catch up, we allow them to have more energy on cleanse days because we are resting our metabolism and our digestive system. And while we do that, we drink a product called Cleanse for Life. And this product contains over 100 nutrients that help support the body's vital functions and immune system. It supports the body's natural ability to remove toxins and impurities. It nourishes the body while cleansing. It's not a laxative or a diuretic, so you will not be in the bathroom all day. It's not one of those cleanses. It's a cellular cleanse. It is not an organ cleanse. And it's also going to help to boost mental and physical energy and endurance. So we cleanse 1 to 2 days at a time. And the results of that are, oh, they're so wonderful. You wake up after a cleanse and you have so much energy. For me, my cravings are gone. I'm able to have control with food again, and I have so much more energy. It's a great reset. So I listen to my body and I know exactly when I need to cleanse. And the last product I'll talk about is our Isagenix Supreme. And this is absolutely one of my favorite products. It is an herbal adaptogenic drink. We have it in a powder form, and we also have it in liquid form. You can drink it as a tea, like an iced tea, or as a hot tea. And this product is something that's going to help you with stress. It's going to help you with balance. It's something that you can drink in the morning and it's going to give you energy, and you can also drink it at night and it's going to help you to relax and go to sleep. Because what it does is it has adaptogens, which is a botanical term that allow plants to adapt to the stresses in their environment. And so just like that, in our own body, it's allowing our body to adapt to the stresses that we're facing. So it's going to help you to calm down. But at the same time, if your body needs energy, it's going to give you energy. Nothing synthetic ever in any of our products. It helps with recovery after the gym. So if you're somebody who works out intensely at the gym, if you drink your Isagenix right after working out, it's going to help you with your recovery and your inflammation. It's really a beautiful product, and I don't know how people go a day without it. If you're on the slideshow now, you can sort of look through some of these real people on our team who have these results. But I think I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Erik now. Are you there, Erik?
There we go.
There you are. So,
okay.
I'm going to introduce you to my friend Erik. Erik and I had an interesting meeting. We met in a bar about 4 months ago, and I was sitting at the bar with one of my friends, and I overheard Erik talking to some of his friends at the bar, and he was talking about his struggles with his health and how he had tried everything to lose weight, and how even the doctors were throwing up their hands in frustration because they just didn't know what to do. He had tried everything. And when I tell you guys that this man understands food and understands nutrition and understands exercise, he does. He is not somebody who, was sitting at home eating Twinkies and wondering why he kept gaining weight. That is not his situation at all. And so I overheard him, and I'm not going to lie, I had a little liquid courage. And I walked up to him and I said, I couldn't help but overhear what you were saying. I know this is crazy, but would you be willing to listen to what I do? And fortunately, he said yes. And long story short, he enrolled just a few days later. He wouldn't give me his social security number. He said, there's no way I'm telling anybody about this, which was totally fine. And then about 2 days later, he called me and he said, all right, I'm in. What do I need to do? I can tell this is going to change my life. So Erik and I have formed an awesome friendship, and he is having an amazing transformation already. And so we'd love to hear a bit from you, Erik.
Okay, very good. So normally when a guy walks into a bar, the story is going to go differently, but this was a particularly good story this time. So I'm sitting there at this bar, and I'm telling my friend about this story of having gone through this battle with weight. Now, understand, I was a college athlete, played football, I rode crew. I was no stranger to working out intensely. I was always fighting a weight problem, but hey, I was playing football, so that was okay as a defensive lineman. But later in life, as life caught up and things started happening and 2-hour commutes started being the norm, I kept gaining weight. Well, moved to where I am now, or where I was a few years ago, and I had ballooned up to 385 pounds. Now, in the course of that, I actually started at 370 when I started seeing an endocrinologist. And the endocrinologist put me on different diet programs. It was eat clean, eat, just clean proteins. I literally went every day to Whole Foods to get my food. Everything was organic. Everything was clean. It was everything that everyone says, all you have to do is this and you'll lose weight. And I wasn't losing weight. I was actually gaining weight. Then they started putting me on medications. They're saying, well, let's put you on metformin. Maybe you're pre-diabetic, which I didn't have diabetes, fortunately. By the way, I didn't have liver problems, thyroid problems. I really didn't have any problems, but some high blood pressure, some sleep apnea from being fat. I mean, that's just what happens. And but I was working out 2 hours a day and still gaining weight. So to everyone that's ever told you that all you have to do is exercise and it's just calories in and calories out, I'm going to tell you why that's not true. And it's one of the most misunderstood myths in this whole healthcare industry. And unfortunately, the 2 days of training and nutrition that most doctors get in their practices, and the nutritionists, I'm sorry to say, most of whom are dealing with studies from the 60s and 70s that were flawed and have other issues, they just aren't telling us the truth about how to treat some of these issues because they don't know. I mean, not maliciously, it's just they don't know. And I was pre-med in college. I've always looked at the science of things, and quite frankly, when Andrea first approached me and started telling me about this nutritional cleansing and shakes and whatnot, I said, hey, look, I'm thinking this is Advocare, this is, one of these other shake programs out there. I tried many of them over years. By the way, I'd had success, or early on I'd had success doing, high protein, vitamin B12 shots every day. I would have to go to the doctor's clinic. And yeah, I lost 50 pounds. And as soon as I was eating normally, not poorly. I mean, I never ate poorly. I wasn't addicted to sweets really or anything else. Just normal food. I would start gaining weight back quickly. And finally, after Andrea approached me and I started doing some research, I started to understand why. But that particular day, as she was talking to me about this whole program, I thought to myself, well, this sounds a little too good to be true, but at this point, let me tell you what had happened 3 days before. So I'd been going to the endocrinologist for 18 months. Nothing was working. All the medicines, all the diet programs, I followed them religiously. I kept gaining weight. Finally, we get to the point, and this is 3 days before I met Andrea, where I'm back at the endocrinologist, and they said, well, we don't really know what else to do at this point. Now they're starting to talk surgery. They're starting to talk lap bands or gastric bypass or something like this. I'm like, no, I'm not going to go under the knife. There has to be a way to do this that's better. And finally, they tell me, well, we did have a patient that came into us, and she was a type 2 diabetic. She lost 120 pounds, and she's kept it off for 15 months successfully. And she went on a program called Isagenix, and we reviewed the ingredients of all the program, and we approved it for her, not thinking it was going to work, but apparently it worked really well for her. Now, I don't know about you guys, but after going to the endocrinologist for 18 months and paying all the bills and everything else, I said, you could have told me this 18 months ago, and I would have been in a much better place. But unfortunately, they didn't. So now I finally had a line on this product, at least something that was different than what we were doing before. And the endocrinologist also said, by the way, I can't put you in contact with this person because of HIPAA, and I can't tell you anything else about it because we don't sell it. I said, okay, fine. So I go online, find Isagenix, Start doing some of the basic research, looking at the videos. It looked really interesting. But then I said, okay, well, let me sign up. And really, there was no way to buy it. You had to buy it through somebody who's actually been on the program, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, it really does once you understand how impactful the product is. So I went home, researched it, but not having anyone I could go to sign up. Here I am 3 days later, sitting in the bar, telling my friend this whole story. And I never mentioned the word Isagenix, by the way. I never even mentioned that there was something out there that potentially was good. Well, when Andrea approached me, by the way, I now call her my angel because she literally saved my life that day. She approached me, and myself being a cynic to a certain extent, especially with any multi-level marketing and network marketing and all this, I've always looked at things a little bit askance. So, but when she started talking to me about it, and then she told me it was Isagenix, I didn't really react because I didn't want to tip my hand, but I knew that this is what I had been looking for. So I went home and again did more research. Now I read the clinical trials or the transcript or the treatments of the clinical trials. And by the way, before anyone says, oh, but Isagenix paid for those clinical trials. Yes, there's always a company that pays for clinical trials. That's the nature of a clinical trial. So please don't let somebody tell you that as if it's some sort of a negative. But not only that, I also read 8 studies that are actually the underlying science behind the approach that they take, and started researching more about how the buildup of toxins in our bodies work. And what a lot of people don't understand is, these toxins we take in every day, the liver's job is to process process things out of our body, essentially, and to take care of the body. And it doesn't know what to do with toxins. It literally says, I don't recognize this. I'm going to put it away somewhere for safekeeping, essentially. Think of it that way. So what happens is that the liver takes a fat molecule, binds it to that toxin, and then sends it on its merry way into, guess what, your fat cells. Now the fat cells expand and we start getting heavier and heavier. Now you go on a diet, you go on caloric restriction, you go on working out like a mad person, whatever it is. And the fat from the fat cells is brought out and used as energy and expended. But guess what it leaves behind? It leaves behind all of those toxins that were there with the fat cell, but now in a much higher concentration. I mean, think of taking a glass of salt water, take out the water, you're just left with the salt. And now the body knows that there's something wrong. It's too toxic. So now it starts scrambling. And when you go back to eating anything normal, it grabs all the dietary fat it can and pushes it back in to those fat cells, building the visceral fat. And so the problem begins with the toxin and the location of the toxin. This is why, by the way, these organ cleanses that people do, like today I heard about a 21-day cleanse. Oh my gosh, if you knew what that does to your body, you'd never go through it. Those things are detoxing. They're trying to essentially strip the liver and kidneys of any potential toxins. But those are only temporary holding areas for the toxins in your body. The body's storing the toxins in those fat cells. So as you do these detoxes, you're essentially destroying the probiotics, the beneficial bacteria in your digestive tract. You're allowing candida yeast to grow, which blocks nutrient absorption. And it's just one of the, it's a horrible thing to do to your body. So the approach that Isagenix takes, and the thing that sold me on this, was the fact that now what they're doing is giving you essentially perfect nutrition. And it's in a way that the body can absorb it in the most beneficial way, transports, there's over 70 minerals that your body needs. And we only get 10 to 20 of those minerals in our food supply. So where's it going to get the other 50? Almost everyone is walking around minerally deficient. And those minerals are essential to be able to take and to essentially track those toxins out of the fat cells, through to your kidneys, through the cardiovascular system, and out your body. Okay, that's how they get expelled. You lose it through urine, you lose it through sweat, you lose it through breath. I mean, actually, your skin is one of the biggest organs of removal of toxins in your body. So this program, by giving you the right nutrition and the right amounts of different vitamins, different minerals at the right times of day, that's what the secret is. That's what the magic is. And within 2 days of starting the program, which is why I called Andrea 2 days later, I had lost 15 pounds. Now, this isn't all about weight loss. This is about inflammation loss. And we know that inflammation is one of the biggest causes of disease. And my gut went down 4 inches in 2 days just from being on the shakes for those 2 days. By the end of 30 days, I had lost, I think it was 30 some pounds. I'm now 4 weeks into it, and basically at 3 weeks, I was down 70 pounds, or 3 months, excuse me, down 70 pounds. And now at 4 months, I'm down about 75, but now I've changed up my routine. I'm down from 385 down to 310. And I've changed my workouts now. So this last 30 days, I've actually intentionally allowed myself to plateau. And I've been working out more weights than cardio, basically allowing my body to sort of get comfortable and stable at this level. And now, actually starting today, I restarted the full program. And I was always on the shakes every single day. I was always on Ionics. I was taking everything every day. But I was eating 2 meals a day, and I was eating more calories and changed my workout to a weight training instead of cardio. And now back on this to lose my next 60 pounds. I mean, the total weight loss I'm looking for was about 135 pounds. But I'll stay on this program forever because I know what it's doing to my body. My energy is better. My attitude is better. My wife says that I'm much nicer now that I've been on this program. And I've now shared it with probably another 20 people, and they're having the same experiences. I mean, they're life-changing experiences for those who take it seriously and who adopt it, and it's not hard. I was never hungry. I mean, I'm a chef. I like to eat, but I was never hungry on this program, so it's very livable. And if you just follow it, it does its thing. And I know there's a lot of people out there that I know that even aren't working out every day, and they're still feeling better and losing weight. Could they lose more? Yeah, sure. But in their lifestyle, they couldn't work out 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I now work out 7 days a week just because I enjoy it so much because I've got energy. But anyway, so that's my story. Is 4 months later, we're down 75 pounds, another 60 to go, and I would never think of going a day without my Isagenix products.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Erik. Your story is so awesome, and we know there's more to come. And I'm getting messages saying that people want you to come back and do all of our product calls because you're phenomenal. So thank you for joining us, and thank you everybody for being on the call. I want to respect your time and go ahead and say good evening, say good night. And if you have any further questions, do not hesitate to reach out to the person who invited you to this call. And we hope you all decide to join us. Good night.